Hi, JD here from the Institute of Wow. I have my good pal with me, Danny McMaster. How are you, Danny?
How are you, JD?
And just in case you don't know Danny, he's one of the world's best impersonator comedians. Would you call it that? Impersonator comedians or comedic impersonators?
Comedic impersonator, comedy impressions.
Comedy impressions.
People say, I think the Americans call them imitators and stuff like
Imitators.
that. And voice, I do mostly the voice, do a few of the facial expressions and things. Used to do things with props and what have you, so from time to time I've done some commercials over the years with those. But when I go on stage now, it's mostly, I put the picture up of the person I'm doing. Behind them, so you can sort of, you look there and you go, he sounds exactly like that bloke.
So you don't put the gear on and what have you, because that was on a stage performance, you'd be going on and off all the time.
Yeah. I used to, but it was pretty tedious after a while. And then trying to haul it all over the country too.
Do you find that, what is it when you've got multiple personalities? What's the word for that?
Schizophrenic.
Do you find that sometimes? You turn into Donald Trump all of a sudden?
Has been known to happen. I get my best inspiration when I'm drinking.
True.
So that becomes very schizophrenic.
Yes.
And I don't know where I start and where I finish.
Yes, I can understand.
No, it's a lot of fun too sometimes.
Look,
I love throwing them in songs. You know, I'll be listening to the radio and you'll hear a song and it might be, Neil Diamond come on the other day, right? So I'm singing, song, song, blue, everybody knows one. And I get bored just doing Neil Diamond all the way through it. So then I do Homer Simpson. It's shine, shine, blue, every garden grows one. You know, I have fun like that. And we sit under the lights and I'll be singing along and someone's looking at you, so and they go, what's he doing? So, yeah, that all happens. That's how I sort of practice sometimes too. It's like rehearsal. Someone says, oh, you're speaking to yourself again. I go, no, it's called rehearsal.
Well, why I've got Danny with me today is to add a little bit of humour to something which is very humorous, but at the same time quite tragic, and that is customer service gone wrong and first impressions gone wrong. First impressions, the guy who's running the United States of America at the moment knows all about first impressions.
First impressions are really, really important. A lot of my detractors don't like the first impression I make on them. The orange man bad, everything he does bad, but economy's up, unemployment's down, they can't argue with that, so they make up fake news. First impressions.
First impressions are lasting impressions. Have a look at this. This is a Chinese restaurant, and look what they've got at the front door of their Chinese restaurant. We're talking laundry bags. This is the very front door, by the way. Just a bad first impression. And have a look at the signage. I'm going to read out to you what's on this signage here. Tonight's specials: stuffed omelette. I don't know that that's quite the right sort of language you should be using. Jungle curry. I'm not sure what that is. And crab meat fried rice. Maybe we could get away with that last one, but stuffed omelette. Danny, can I ask, would you feel like eating a stuffed omelette?
No. What is it stuffed with?
No, well, that's it, yeah.
And I'm sure it's a traditional dish of some kind. It's an omelette with stuffed, but it's stuffed with what? Brussels sprouts, or I don't know, carrots. What's the stuff with? I like Ozzy Osbourne. It has a unique way of how he expresses himself and whatever. So I know if he's looking at the sign like that, he goes, well, so I'm looking at that. I said, well, what is this stuffed with? I mean, do I say to him, here's an omelette, get stuffed? I'll get thrown out. Sharon, we get thrown out, won't we?
Well, I'd like to see the Chinese guy coming to the table saying, "Would you like a stuffed omelette?"
And jungle curry. It sounds a bit dodgy there, you know. Jungle curry. Don't know about that.
Aussie, it gets better because I'm going to now play a video of another Chinese restaurant. It happens to be in the middle of the city of Sydney. Gail, who is my wife, and I was there with her having lunch. We were just about the only people in the restaurant. It was empty, as you can see by the vision that you're watching at the moment. And lo and behold, one of the staff just comes up and starts vacuuming around our feet. Just vacuuming around.
I can see that. Yeah, but so what's going on there? I mean, like, you know, when we cleaned out, I was going to clean out my wallet when I give you some money to buy. They're not even taking my order. What's wrong with them? Look at them. They're looking at you, but they're not doing anything. What's they doing that for?
Exactly.
I don't understand.
We could not believe it. So my wife had to actually go up to the counter just to ask could we actually, give our order. And the lady who was doing the vacuuming actually looked at me. I was less than subtle. That's one of my skills, I think, in doing the video. She looked at the video and I thought she'd be embarrassed and go, she never went away. She just kept on doing it. Asked us to put our feet up, as a matter of fact, so she could get under our feet.
Yes. That just...
There's no, even from Ozzy Osbourne, there's no words.
Even in the vernacular, that blows me away. It doesn't suck. It sucks. Like the vacuum cleaner sucks. It don't blow me away at all. I wouldn't go back there. I mean, obviously you didn't get anything to eat, so you must have lost weight that day.
We did. We did. And look, I got to say to you is that if you are in the service industry, which is hospitality and retail and things like that, do yourself a favour, have a look at what Walt Disney and Apple do. You can walk into an Apple store and you will see there'll be, 20, maybe 30 staff with the blue or the red t-shirts on so that they stand out, and they walk up to you and they can't do enough. You go to Disneyland, any Disney park for that matter, and you'll find that the customer service, the first impressions is just knockout. Yep. Danny, you travel the world because of what you do being an entertainer. Do you find that Australia, from a customer service point of view, particularly in hospitality, which is restaurants and hotels and stuff, we just lag behind?
We do. I don't think there's enough emphasis on it because I don't know. I think we're a bit more laid back about a lot of things, and probably a bit more do-it-yourself.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's enough emphasis on it. And when you go overseas, it stands out.
It does, particularly in America.
A bus driver taking you to a resort thing. I remember going from a hotel to Disneyland, and the bus driver had a routine.
Yeah.
He'd have jokes and he'd things, and you go. So at the end of it, you give him a tip, right? So everybody go, yeah, I'll give him another $5. That was funny, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like that. There are some here in Australia, not a lot, and we know who they are because they stand out. There should be more.
But you find you get frustrated, I'm showing my age, I'm sure, but you get frustrated with the technology now whereby you go to McDonald's and they basically encourage you not to walk to the counter, go up to the actual computer screen and order yourself. Woolworths and Coles, they've got us working for them because the thing is that the self-serve is pretty much your only option. There's only ever one supermarket aisle open. Service has just gone out the window, and
I'd rather interact with a human being.
Yeah, me too.
And because
you haven't been to many of my seminars. There's some human beings I'd rather not.
My local Woolies, I go there every week, and I pick out the human.
Yeah.
I don't go to the self-serve because of that. The first time I did it, it was a little bit complicated, but I know it's simple. And I'll go to the 15 items or less if I got less one there. But I know there's a human there, and they say to me, good afternoon, sir, good morning, sir, how you feeling? I go, mate, it's Danny. I come here every week, and every couple of times a week. So we got to know one another. A few days. So walk goes, hello, Danny, how you going, mate? It's all good today? Yeah, good. And that's what I want. I don't want a machine.
No.
That McDonald's thing where you hit the thing and they go, I can understand probably in a really busy CBD McDonald's or something like that. I've been all around New Zealand, Los Angeles, New York. There's quite a lot of people try to get into these shops sometimes. I can understand it on that one. I think that's where it comes from.
I still believe, though, Danny, that in the supermarket sphere, if IGA or another branded supermarket, but not the two big ones, came out and said, look, we're going to provide you now with service, and also what we're going to do is give you a free recyclable paper bags. So forget this whole business where you've got to buy your bag. Just bring in paper bags, they're recyclable, so it's all it'll satisfy the tree huggers. Yep. And we're going to actually help you if you happen to be an older person to the car.
Yep. Those
days, if they came back, they would steal market share like crazy.
Oh, God.
If you want more of this wisdom, by the way, because we are wisdom people, wise. We are wise people.
We are wise.
Then just click the link above or below or beside us, and you can get more of it. And Danny, I've got to say thank you very much, mate. This has been it's been a very wise few minutes.
It was a wise decision you to look at my wisdom.
Absolutely. Over and out.